My fiance had my deceased brother tattooed, and now I can't even look at her.
I really need an explanation for this one.
Okay, so for context, my older brother, 30 male, while I'm 29 male, passed away 3 years ago in a motorcycle accident. This messed me up severely, and it still does. He was my best friend, and we had that whole inseparable since we knew each other type of bond. Even if he was older, he was never the stereotypical older brother bully sort, and I loved him for that. By the way, this comes from Audica Michael, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I'm Sophia.
I'm Angie.
And I'm Keon. I'm actually here.
And we're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We only know what we do, so let us know what you would do in the comments. And OP says, anyway, my fiance, who I'll call Bella, is 28 female. She met him only a few times, but always said she admired our bond since she had no real siblings of her own. Only step, but they aren't close. A few weeks ago, Bella surprised me with a tattoo she got in memory of my brother. It's a pretty big, realistic grayscale tattoo of his face with a little Snoopy icon beside it on her upper arm with his nickname we used and his birth and passing dates underneath. That
Not Snoopy.
is a lot.
That is a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
When I saw this, I was stunned. She said she did it as a tribute to him and to support me because she knows how much I still struggle with grief. I honestly didn't know what to say at first, but the more I sat with it, the more it bothered me. I told her as gently as I could that I appreciated the gesture, but found the tattoo really uncomfortable. It's unsettling to see his face on my fiance's body. It feels like too much, especially since they barely knew each other. She got upset and said I was being weird about a nice gesture and making her regret doing something beautiful, in her words. Now she's distant, and my mom thinks I should just be thankful someone loved my brother enough to memorialize him. But first off, I didn't ask her to do this. And also, she doesn't love the brother. And
She doesn't know them.
She doesn't know him that
Yeah.
well. Now I'm stuck with a fiance that won't even talk to me properly, and my brother's perfectly black and gray eyes staring at me when I'm laying beside her. And honestly, I don't even want to think about how horrifying having spicy sleep would be with that on her arm. Am I being unreasonable, a-hole-ish? Is it my right to ask her to get it covered up or removed? I guess I'm adding some additional details because I don't know how to respond individually. My fiance and I both have tattoos, and many of them. I have smaller ones, she has bigger ones. To my knowledge, neither of us are mentally ill in any capacity, and we aren't on medication. I can't believe I have to write this, but here we are. Ever since my reaction, she has been wearing longer sleeve shirts in the daytime. At work, she has to anyway, but she's also doing it at home. It's only during bedtime that I really see it with her wearing tanks, and it physically hurts. Consensus, not the a-hole. Commenters are asking if she could show signs of being bipolar if she takes any medication that could mess with her decision-making. And OP says, for info, yes, me and her both have tattoos and plenty of them, and we're both the sort that likes to have tattoos linked to good memories or experiences. Like my latest tattoo, 5 or so months ago, of my childhood dog. Though I'd like to be clear, I got a paw print with her name under it. A paw print, not a whole portrait of her. My fiance has similar ones that are larger in scale, so her forearm tattoo with my brother's face isn't half odd aesthetically, it's my effing brother. Also, to my knowledge, she's been doing fine and has only been bitter for a few weeks by my reaction. And sigh, that's my mistake for not knowing anatomical terms. Just so it's clear, it's on the upper part of her arm, which I thought was the forearm, because it's the arm attached to the rest of the body. So the first one, forearm, like foremost, I don't know, that's my mistake. Forearm is here.
Yep.
It is the upper arm, though. Also, in case this comes up, I know the anatomical terms for my legs and torso because I have tattoos there. Slightly clueless on the arms, though. So sorry, but thanks for bringing it up. I will probably ask for her to remove it completely, though I'm guessing it'll be a hard conversation, and she'll expect me to pay for it, which I don't necessarily mind, but it sucks anyway. I was initially going to suggest a cover-up, but I read some comments saying it'd be difficult. I'm not sure, but I'll figure it out once we speak about it. Hear me out. Maybe, just maybe, your brother's been in your spotlight for a long time, says one commenter, and she wants to be, but doesn't know how to. So she goes out of her way to impress you, but unfortunately in an inappropriate way. Maybe something along these lines. Moto Dude Cat Dad says, hey man, these have been my thoughts exactly, though I'm ashamed to say it. Oh, I think this is OP responding. I admittedly have been in over my head with grief ever since everything happened, and I feel like she did this to support me, but missed the mark in how she went about it. I don't feel like her actions were mentally ill or ill-natured because I know her, and I know she wouldn't want to hurt me intentionally. So this just might be it. Another person says she's going to have the whole family tattooed on her back. Bro won't be able to do it doggy ever again.
Oh, God.
LOL, laughed at this a little too loudly, says OP, and there is an update.
That's why I was asking, like, where is this tattoo?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
right? It's-
I
boy.
heard back, and I was like,
No.
yo.
It's on her
Uh,
arm. It's on her arm. Do you have any thoughts, though?
So many.
Yeah.
So many thoughts because if he was okay with it, that would be a very nice thing to do. And it does suck from her perspective that, like, she spent so much money on this. She got it
Yeah, and also,
tattooed on her
you know,
body.
yeah.
But also, like, that's her mistake to do that.
Should have asked.
Yeah, if you're gonna get a tattoo for another person, you want to either know them better or ask
Yeah,
first.
it's kind of like tattooing your partner's name on your body and then not
Yeah.
telling them beforehand.
Yeah,
And going
because-
and being like, hey, I tattooed my name on my body, your name on my body.
yeah,
And I'd be like, what?
like show my devotion. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Yeah, it's just never a good idea to get tattoos for other people in general, but do what
Especially
you want.
without talking.
Yeah.
First.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it sucks that she now has to deal with this and feels like she regrets something
Yeah.
in her eyes that she saw beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
But again, that's a
yeah.
risk you were taking.
Update. After breakfast this morning at around 7:30, it's 10:34 as I write this, by the way. I sat down, already was sitting down after eating, but yes, whatever, with my fiance and spoke about the effing tattoo again. I basically echoed all the comments I'd received, which, by the way, I'm so grateful for the most part, because some of them were crazy. Anyway, I told her again that the tattoo made me very uncomfortable and wasn't the leap she needed to take to comfort or support me on my journey with grief, as I still had a firm belief that she didn't do this in a malicious manner. She was quiet initially and then asked if she could explain herself, and I said I was willing to listen. To summarize, she said she simply got the tattoo because she thought it would symbolize the extent she would go to love me and support me, and said in that way I had both people I loved so much in the same place. Her words, not mine. She did say she was sorry and that she wouldn't have done it if she knew that I wouldn't have liked it. I asked her why she hadn't spoken to me about it prior, and she said it wouldn't have been a surprise then, which is what she wanted it to be. And maybe before we make any body modifications, we just talk to the person.
Yeah, I think that's simply too big of a risk.
Yeah.
You can't make something permanent a surprise.
No,
You just
let's not
can't.
do it. It's like buying, it's like when in those commercials or whatever, when like a dad buys a car
Yeah.
for their like the husband buys a car for the wife without talking, and they're like, we can afford this.
Right.
With the
right.
big bow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he's like,
exactly.
I bought you a car, and she's like,
We already have a car.
what?
Yeah. Yeah, also never do permanent things or anything drastic to show someone how
Yeah.
devoted you are.
Mm-mm.
That's not we don't want that.
She also said, and I'm remembering this fresh and internally cringing as I write this, LOL, that the tattoo was meant to be a symbol of a new beginning because we're going to get married in a couple of months, and she wanted to turn over old leaves.
What
Is she calling your brother an old leaf?
Yeah, what
Just
does
like
that
you just need
mean?
to move on from him now. And this way you can, because he'll be on my body now.
Right, or did you guys have like fights
that.
or something before and she was like, "See, this will make up for everything cuz I'm so devoted to you."
I'm still stuck on what she meant, so I'd appreciate any word sleuths helping me in this. To wrap it up, I said I didn't want to end our relationship over this, and I really wanted to move on from it, but that she needed to either cover it up or laser it off. And she was, to say the least, not very happy about it. Said a cover-up would be complicated and would take too long. Said laser might be painful and looks scary from the videos. Also said she likes how the tattoo looks along with her other ones, and asked if I'd be okay with her just covering it up either with clothes or foundation. No.
I just want people to ask
No.
her, hey, who is that? Oh,
Is that your brother?
no, it's my fiance's brother, who I
Yeah.
really don't
Close.
even know.
No, I didn't really know him that well.
Yeah.
Ay, ay, ay. I was as firm as I could be. Mind you, this is the woman I've loved for 5 years straight, so admittedly I'm soft. But I reiterated that I wanted it gone either by a cover-up or laser. She was quiet then, and that's honestly where the conversation ended. She already left for work at 10, and I'm going to start my own work now as I work remotely from home after I finish this. Anyways, I hope this works out, and I would appreciate any advice. I did read a comment that shamed me for taking this to Reddit instead of speaking with her first, so I will prioritize our communication first, but we'll hopefully keep this updated. Thanks for all the help for now, and there is an update 2 days later.
Oh, wow.
Why are we shaming OP?
Any thoughts?
Yeah, I feel
Stop
like
shaming OP.
I feel like that's kind of what Reddit is for. A lot
Shame.
of people are here to sort out their thoughts before they communicate to others sometimes, which is
I think
fine.
that's fair.
Yeah.
Or like, yeah, I get a secondary opinion.
Yeah, exactly.
From
Exactly.
from a neutral internet,
Right.
Yeah.
usually. Yeah.
No, I think stand your ground. I think it's entirely reasonable of you to say, "Hey, I want to cover up or laser it off."
Yeah.
And if she says, "Oh, that's expensive, long, that's going to hurt," then you say, "Well, next time, let's not make any big body modifications or anything
Right.
big that's permanent without, that's for me without asking me."
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I mean, maybe be patient, I guess, if you
Mhm.
can with that. Like if she's covering it up for now with like shirts and stuff,
Yeah.
then that's cool. But yeah, I feel like I don't know. I get the anger and frustration with it, but maybe try to not say it in an angry way. I wonder
Yeah, if
I
you
wonder
can.
what difference that would make.
Update 2. It's final. I've broken up with her. It made no difference, I guess.
Well,
That's it. I don't even know why I'm writing this other than to get some closure on this situation and maybe some support. I read so many comments this morning, and while it didn't go the way I or anyone anticipated, I've taken my decision, though I'm struggling to accept it myself. Last night, when Bella came home from work, I made sure to make dinner and asked if we could talk after dinner in the back garden. She said that was okay, but that she needed time to shower and unwind before dinner, so she'd be a bit late, but that I could start eating. I agreed, and she went upstairs while I ate the dinner I'd made with the TV on in the back. She came down about an hour later while I was winding things up and washing the dishes from earlier, and I'd offered to get her a hot plate, and she agreed, saying she'd eat it on the couch in our living room rather than the kitchen where we have a dining table, also where I eat. I said that was fine, and I brought it over to her, and as I gave it to her while she was sitting, her hand out to take it, I somehow managed to drop it, and the hot spag bowl went all over her.
Oh no.
I immediately apologized profusely and went to grab her some water and tissues and towels, but she just started screaming at me. I don't want to make myself sound like a victim in this, so I want to be careful with how I write this. But yes, she started saying that I did it on purpose and that I was punishing her for our conversation that morning and for the tattoo in general. I immediately defended myself, and as I brought over a damp towel and some tissues and said I knew I had a steady grip on the plate, so there was no way I'd done that on purpose. Also saying that I always spoke respectfully and calmly to her about the tattoo situation, and that I'd never escalate things like this. Things beyond are a blur, but we had a big fight, and she broke many, and I mean many of our glasses and plates.
Oh wow.
Even trying to pull off a cabinet door in our kitchen that was already not in good condition. What?
Whoa.
Okay, well, that's a huge red flag, and you need to go.
Yeah.
By the end of it, I said I couldn't be with her anymore and that this was the last straw, and left for my parents' house. And by the way, you can leave with us and listen to full episodes of stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio and search up OK Storytime. But there is a little bit left in the story. Any final thoughts? Wow.
Wow.
I guess someone dropped the plate here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Freaking drop the ball, man.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
I was thinking at first, like, when he first said, yeah, I broke up with her, I was like, see, this is why we don't do things that are like that for other people, because you don't know what's going to happen, and things sure do happen.
But it wasn't even that. It was, it was that she first took his words of being like, hey, I'm a little uncomfortable by this.
Yeah.
Do you mind doing, and instead made this like, he hates me. He's attacking me. Blah, blah, blah. And then everything that he did after that was going to be a further attack.
Yeah, and then she responded by breaking things and ripping doors
Terrifying.
off. Terrifying. That is so not someone that you want to be around. That's not someone that you are safe around. So this is kind of like, okay, well, you get to deal with the consequences of having my brother on your arm.
Yeah.
Now you have to explain that to your future partners.
Yeah,
and
you have to explain why you have your ex's brother on your arm.
And explain why I'm an ex now. And totally screw yourself over.
Good luck.
Yikes.
But to finish, OP says, I haven't returned and I haven't picked up any of her calls or messages. And I'm honestly afraid of what she'll do to my belongings if she so easily broke so much of the crap we brought together. I'm still at my parents' house and I haven't told them either, but I think this is it. This may be the last update because I don't know if I can focus on this when I have everything else I need to resolve. I have spoken to my family about it, and they asked me to try to have a final conversation to remedy this, and I rejected it. We'll be bringing my things back either tonight or tomorrow, depending on when she gets back from work, and we'll bring a friend with me. I'm more at peace with my decision now, so thank you for all the help. And that's the end of that story.
Oh my gosh.
Good luck, OP. At least you're out of that relationship, I suppose.
Yeah. That is so wild.
Dang, dang, dang.
Oh my gosh.
Boy, oh boy.
I accidentally snooped on my fiance saying that she's still not over her ex.
Well, she can get back together with him, man.
And then trigger warning, there's a physical altercation mentioned in here, so beware. My fiance, female 31, and I, male 33, got engaged in October last year, and I've been in a relationship for 5 years. Everything has been great, and I can honestly say that I've never met anyone who comes close to her. She's absolutely been the love of my life. By the way, this comes from Throwaway Love of Life, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. And I'm Angie.
I'm Sophia.
And I'm Keon.
And we're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We probably haven't been in these situations, but if you have, let us know what you either would do or have done in the comments. So OP says, I've known her most of my life as we grew up on the same street just around the corner from each other. Her mom and dad still stay in the same house, and I still live in the house that I grew up in, which my mom left to me when she passed away in 2014. We don't officially live together yet, but for all intents and purposes, she lives here. She's still very close to her parents, though, and still has her bedroom there, so she'll occasionally spend the night at their place. But she's almost always here. So this morning, I decided to walk to the shops to buy some things. About halfway down, I realized I had forgotten my face mask. Masks have been mandatory here in the shops since the 10th of July, so I had to walk back. When I walked in to grab the mask from the kitchen table, I heard her speaking loudly on the phone in the living room. She said, yeah, but David will always be the love of my life. And David is her ex-boyfriend. Uh-oh.
That doesn't sound good. This sounds like the summer I turned pretty.
Oh, yeah?
Sounds like we got a little Conrad Jeremiah situation going on here. She's about to marry Jeremiah, but the love of her life is Conrad.
Oh, no. I don't know much about him, but I know they were together for 2 years and it ended about a year before we started dating. He dumped her. I grabbed my mask and walked back out, but when I got to the shops, I felt so weird I had to sit down because my mind was going in 1,000 different directions. When I got back home, I immediately told her that I felt sick and sent her back around to her parents' house because I didn't want her around while I was ill. I laid in bed wondering what to do. I know she didn't do anything wrong. It's not like she cheated or intentionally tried to hurt me, but what's heard can't be unheard. She said the person that she's agreed to marry isn't a patch on an ex that she hasn't been with in 6 years. The fact she said he will always be the love of her life makes it feel like her heart's already been taken. What happens if he comes back into her life? You can't turn down the love of your life when they come calling. I'd be dumped quicker than yesterday's leftovers. So how do I navigate this? Do I tell her I overheard her? End the relationship with a vague, it's not you, it's me? Swallow my pride and pretend I didn't hear it? Everything has been great, but I don't want to be someone's second choice, especially when her ex is still the one on her mind, the one she would obviously be with if she could. I thought about just saying it's not working anymore. Meanwhile, she was texting me about coming around to spoil me because I was the sickie. F that.
OP,
we do have an update.
Hold your horses.
Yeah.
Hold your horses. Your mind's running faster than the horses that you need to hold.
Yeah.
You you need to don't I don't understand the should I suck up my pride or whatever and forget about it. Like that would be the opposite. That would be like a pride move. You need to talk to your fiance about it.
I think
say,
absolutely.
Hey, I overheard this.
Huh?
What did you mean by that?
Yeah, OP,
Yeah.
don't make yourself the victim. Like, don't make yourself like the reason why you should break up. Like, you have nothing to do with this. Everything was great until
Yeah, let's go talk to her, figure out what she meant.
Yeah.
Maybe like by, I don't know, like not saying that it is, but maybe by some, weird thing like like the miscommunication trope of only hearing one part of the sentence. And you just misheard something, misunderstood something.
True.
Not saying that you did, but that is a possibility. Or maybe the other possibility is that is what she meant. And then you talk it out and you say, hey, like, are you still in love with your ex? Because maybe we should slow down on the marriage if you're not over your ex.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but none of that can happen without a conversation.
For sure. But we do have an update. After posting and receiving advice on Reddit on Thursday, I planned to tell her to come back around that night so we could talk, but I decided on Friday morning instead. I needed time to clear my head. She still thought I was sick, so it gave me a chance to prepare. She came around Friday morning about 8 a.m., and I think she could see right away that something was wrong because I looked stony-faced, and you could cut the atmosphere with a knife. I told her I wasn't sick and that when I went back to the house for my mask, I heard her talking about David. Her face went completely pale and she started welling up. I stopped talking and just stared at her. She ran into the toilet, locked the door, and started hysterically crying.
Oh, bad sign.
Yeah. Alarm bells were going off in my head. Her reaction made me think that she didn't know what part I heard, meaning she must have said worse. That's kind of what I'm thinking too.
Now I'm wondering if she cheated.
I'm wondering that as well. I knocked on the door and told her if she had any aspirations of saving this relationship, she had better tell me everything right now. After about 30 minutes, she finally came out, dabbing her face with a tissue. She admitted David got back in touch 4 to 5 months ago, and she had been sleeping with him once or twice a week since.
Yep, cheating. Yeah, which, you wouldn't have known if you hadn't confronted her, and now you know for sure that you should not go through with this marriage.
So I guess it was a little bit of a miscommunication in the sense that you just didn't hear how bad it was.
It was so much worse than you thought. OP isn't that great?
Worst case scenario. I realized the snippet I overheard was likely her friend helping her choose between him and me. When I heard this, I lost it. I threw her out, grabbed handfuls of her stuff, put them in bin bags, and tossed them into the front garden. Then I drenched them with the garden hose. I'm not proud of that. It was petty, and in hindsight, I shouldn't have done it. She ran home, and a minute later, her dad came rampaging around screaming. We ended up rolling about in the muddy garden fighting. Oh my gosh.
Whoa.
At 9 a.m, no less. Police vans showed up, and half the street came out because of the chaos. Afterwards, I blocked her on everything and went to my friend's place where we spent the weekend drinking. When I came back on Monday, I noticed that she had been back in the house, made the beds, done the washing, and even ironed. I have no idea why. As I was writing this, she tried to get in again. I haven't been able to change the locks yet, so I put the door chains on. From upstairs, I heard her trying to get in and the chains clanging. She also slipped a note under the door. I didn't read it. I'm too hurt, hungry, and hungover to deal with what she has to say. And we do have a second update, but oh my gosh,
dude.
Oh my gosh.
Your marriage is over.
100%.
I mean, you weren't even married yet.
Were they engaged? I guess
they were engaged.
This
is fiancé.
Okay. Yeah.
It's just got so much worse.
Oh my gosh. I wonder what she told the dad to make him so mad.
Probably that OP was leaving her for no reason.
Yeah, just like, oh, he just kicked me out.
Yeah.
I have nowhere else to go.
Yeah, and then
that
he was like,
it.
my little girl.
Yeah. And then it's
and
like,
then you're rolling in the mud. And OP's like, she cheated
on me. Yeah. Oh my gosh. That is so wild.
Intense.
But we do have a second update. So, things have gotten worse. Yay. As many of you advised, I emailed her father explaining my side of the story and apologizing for going public and embarrassing his daughter. I told him I acted instinctively. I didn't apologize for fighting him because he came at me.
Yeah.
He told me to F off and accused me of biting his ear for some reason.
Good old Mike Tyson.
So That's what was stuck in my teeth. I'm joking, of course, if you didn't laugh. About a week ago, I found my car keyed all the way down one side.
Ooh.
Then last Sunday, while walking to meet a friend, the local gossip called me a disgrace. When I asked why, she said it was for, quote, beating up my ex-fiancé. What?
And then you say, I'm sorry, what are you talking about?
Yeah, that 100% did not happen. Let's be clear, I've never laid a finger on her in my life. Either she, her dad, or someone else is spreading this lie, and me tossing her stuff out and hosing it down made it believable. I haven't spoken to her, and she hasn't contacted me either. They're all on the same page now. I'm the bad guy. I've started the process of putting my house up for sale. I can't live here anymore. I wish my mom was still here. She'd know how to make this better. And we do have a second update, or a third update, but yeah, wow. If the gossip won't stop gossiping,
then
you gotta escape.
leave.
Gotta
Gotta
escape
leave
the
this
gossip.
small town with these small-minded people.
Find somewhere where no one knows your name.
Yeah.
But we do have a third update. Do you have any final comments before we move on?
I mean, it's pretty cut and dry.
Yeah. My goodness. Let's get into it.
Let's cut.
I'm still in my house, but I'll be renting it out instead of selling. I can't give up something that was my mom's and has been in the family for generations. Oh, that's right. I forgot the house was left to him by his mom.
Oh,
Nah, don't leave. Honestly.
That's so sad.
Nah, man, I would try so hard to clear my name.
yeah.
Right?
That
Yeah.
would probably, if it was like a, in the house for generations, I'd be like,
Yeah.
hear ye, hear ye.
I laid no hand on that woman.
I would've been like-
she cheated on me.
I would
Yeah.
Ask fiance's David. Ask him what's going on.
Yeah, let's bring David into the mix.
I mean, if
here.
she's slandering you and saying that you hit her,
Yeah,
you can-
that's honestly important because
lawsuit.
yeah, 100%. I spoke to her father again. I understand why the family circled the wagons, but the way they threw me under the bus was brutal. To them, my name and reputation were just collateral damage. I've known them my whole life, and this is what I get. I feel like I was in the middle of a crap storm, but I've got an umbrella and a roadmap now. I even posted my side on social media. Whether that was right is debatable, but I'd already discreetly shared it through close friends, so I felt it was time. Her side is still united against me, but I hope neutral people can see the truth. My close pals have been incredible, and it would be incredible if you checked out full episodes with more stories just like this one on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, or whatever your favorite podcast app is. Just search OK Storytime, and there is a little bit more. This fourth update. Shall we get into it?
Let's dive right in.
Update number 4. It's been over a year now, and I've since moved out and am renting my house to an older couple. I thought I'd give an update. I'm doing great now and even
Yay.
have a girlfriend.
Yay!
Wish me luck. What did I learn? Crap hit the fan fast, but I stood strong. For the first time in ages, I'm looking forward to the future. We only get one life, right? I'm spending it with someone who would treat me like trash. And that is exactly right. Go
Heck
you,
yeah,
OP.
OP. Things are looking up for you.
Sure are.
And none of that would have happened
yep.
if you hadn't talked to your fiance.
Right. You did all that you could. I mean, I think it's perfectly rational to want to, throw someone out of your house.
Sure.
Obviously, like in a nonviolent way. I'm sure that's assumed. And react. At least you didn't set her stuff on fire. I mean,
At least you didn't do that.
you just got it wet. That's all.
That's all.
That's all.
Ain't no crime. My fiance lied to me years ago, and now it's haunting our relationship.
No, maybe you just need to ghost her then.
Ooh, trigger warning.
Oh.
Bullying. I, 33 male, am engaged to my beautiful fiance Rachel, 33 female, who is my school sweetheart. We haven't set a date, but we hope to get married next year, and she wants the wedding to be big. She is a consultant cardiologist doctor, and I am a boxing coach. By the way, this comes from Deleted, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. I'm Sophia.
I'm Angie.
And I'm Keon.
And we're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We only know what we do, so let us know what you would do in the comments. And OP says, we were not always close. I was friends with a girl called Beth, who I knew since we were toddlers. I had a huge crush on her, but was happy to stay friends. But Rachel made her life a living heck throughout school. I hated her during this time and always protected Beth against her and her friends. Rachel already had a crush on me at the time and asked me out a few times, but I didn't like her and was not interested. Beth was very insecure due to being bullied by Rachel, and because of how Rachel felt about me, It destroyed our friendship. This was when we were 16 and had finished year 11. But we stayed on at school to do A-levels. Rachel and I were in the same maths class for A-levels, and while I didn't like her, she was top of the class, so the teacher got her to help other people out, including me. During these classes, I got to know Rachel, and it seemed like she'd changed a lot from how she was in the early years. She didn't pick on anyone and was really nice. I eventually agreed to go out with her, and we connected really quickly. I fell for her pretty soon, and we've been together ever since. Wait, I'm sorry, so she was a bully? Okay, so OP had another friend we had a crush on. Rachel bullied that girl until OP fell in love with Rachel? All right.
So when people say bullying works, it means it works to get the one you love.
Apparently. Last week, I went for a drink with an old friend of mine from school called Adam. He works in Dubai, and I haven't seen him since we left. When I found out he was back for a few weeks, I messaged him and we went for an adult soda. He was surprised to see me engaged to Rachel, given the history with me, her, and Beth. But I tried to say that she changed and wasn't that person when I said yes. Adam said that Rachel and her girlfriends continued to target Beth and were actually even worse during the A-level years. Apparently, it was sort of an open secret that Rachel convinced a lot of people to keep quiet from me. I wasn't willing to take his words at face value, and I asked Rachel about it when I got home. She outright stated that she continued to bully Beth when we were together, but asked why it mattered.
It was so long ago. It's water under the bridge. What do you mean?
What?
I just bullied her, that's all.
It's no big deal.
Yeah.
I was just a bully. I asked if it bothered her at all, and she said no. I pointed out that she lied to me in order to make me go out with her, but she said that we've been together for 15 years, and this shouldn't bother me now since it brought us together.
Oh my gosh.
After spending a few days thinking, I told Rachel that I wanted to put the engagement and wedding planning on hold. Not because I want to break up with her, but because we need to spend time working through what I just found out and possibly even make amends with Beth. This made Rachel cry, and she demanded to know why Beth is affecting our engagement. I'm not sure I've done the right thing. I love Rachel, but what happened was years ago when we were kids. Not like she cheated on me or anything like that. Should I let bygones be bygones, or is it best to hold the engagement off for the moment? And there are some comments, but what do you think, OP? I mean, Angie.
I am OP. This was me. I think it says a lot about who she is as a person.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's cheating is bad, but cheating doesn't have to be the only reason that you like change your image on someone, you know? So I think if she is not remorseful about this, like I feel like it could be forgiven if she was like, yeah, I did that and I feel so bad about it. That was not the right way to do it, but I am glad that it worked. Yeah. But again, not the right way to do it. That maybe could be forgiven, but she's clearly just like, well, yeah, I mean, I'd probably do it again.
Yeah, she's like, it happened. I got what I wanted, and I don't care.
Aren't you happy now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think, just trust your instincts here, OP.
Yeah. Comment 1 says, did she really change, or did she finally get what she wanted? Is she cruel to people now, and has she been since? The answers to that tell you what your next move should be. Reply, even if she isn't actively cruel to others, she still lacks remorse. That in and of itself should be a concern. Reply, that's a fair point, but that could be from embarrassment. I did my fair amount of dumb things as a teenager. Nothing cruel like this, but still dumb. Reply, that's as may be, but it's still incredibly disconcerting as a response. I'm not advocating dumping her over this. I just think a step back and careful consideration of what's going on here, along with counseling, would be prudent at this time. And there is an update. Let's jump in.
Do it.
Wednesday evening, Rachel and I sat down to talk about things. I put forward that we both need to make amends with Beth, Rachel for what she did to her, and me for ending my friendship with her when she needed me the most. Rachel refused straight away. She said the stuff that went on between her and Beth was just kid stuff and things all girls do. No.
Hey, girls.
We
have you guys
got
done
two
this?
girls right here.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
No. She said that if Beth couldn't take a joke, then that wasn't her problem. She asked if I expected her to apologize to everyone her and her girls had problems with. I then asked if she's still acting this way at work, and she pointed out that as a high-up doctor, she at times needs to lay down the law to those working under her. Sounds like she's still a bully. She then proceeded to get at me and asked if I expected her to apologize to them too. I asked if Rachel had any regrets at all about how she treated Beth, and she said it was just a bit of fun. There was nothing to regret. Fun?
Oh my God. But we're using the word bullying here, so I don't think that's fun.
No. I asked if she regretted lying to me, and she answered saying that if I'd known what she was doing, I'd never have agreed to go out with her. You want me to apologize for starting this relationship? I was shocked and confused. I love Rachel to bits, I truly do, but I feel like I'm suddenly living with a completely different person. My Rachel is bubbly, funny, and passionate about her career. She isn't someone who sees nothing wrong with the fact that she's made someone's life a living heck. I said we need time to work through this, possibly through therapy, and should put the engagement on the back seat for the moment. We're also trying for a baby, and I said that we should maybe hold off until we're in a better place. Rachel started to cry, and I went out to give her some space. Rachel rarely drinks due to her work, and I'm not a big drinker either, but we do have some booze in the house for gatherings and things like that. When I got back, I found Rachel absolutely wasted because she rarely drinks, so she goes crazy when she's wasted. This time around, it seems like she turned back into her school self. She started saying I should be grateful that she told the lies she did because otherwise I'd have ended up with ugly Beth.
Oh my
Her
God.
exact words. She then started screaming at me that how could you let that CUNT get between us?
Oh.
And then broke down sobbing and hugging me. Wow. Yikes.
What did she ever do to you?
Yeah.
Why are you calling her that? Why are you still bullying her all of these years later? This is not a bit of fun.
No.
Fun for no one.
No one.
Except for you, I guess.
Rachel was so wasted she barely knew what she was doing. I helped her onto the sofa where she passed out fairly soon, and she slept there until Thursday morning. She was extremely hungover and would never risk her career by going into work with booze in her system. So she called in sick. I went to work, and when I got home, she was still on the sofa and was sobbing quietly. After Rachel's wasted behavior, therapy is definitely the way forward. I'm looking into it right now, and Rachel has reluctantly agreed, though she's insisted she doesn't need it. Girl. I think apologizing to Beth is a bit of a stretch at this point, but maybe something for the future. And there is a second update, but wow. She is not who you thought she was, clearly.
No.
That is, yeah.
This is a big realization that we're
Yep.
having on this woman here.
Ooh, and yep. I think pausing that engagement, pausing baby making.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Update 2. So we've started therapy and it's going well. We both opened up about a lot of things and gotten to talk a lot about the bullying towards Beth that went on behind my back while we were dating. Rachel has tearfully admitted some of the things she did, and some of them were absolutely disgusting. She has, however, apologized for the very first time and admitted she was wrong. Our therapist also suggested that, if possible, we should seek Beth out and apologize, but only if we feel comfortable doing so and if we feel Beth would appreciate it. Rachel has refused so far, but I decided to look her up on social media. Beth is now married with 2 kids and manages a nursery. She looks really happy, and I was delighted for her.
Aww.
I decided to message her on Facebook and get it all out. I told her that I genuinely did not know that Rachel continued to treat her badly after we stopped being friends and I started dating Rachel. Had I known, I would never have agreed to go out with her. Beth responded saying that with her family and work, she has no time to deal with what I have to say and that she's moved past all that now. She also said that even if she had the time, she has absolutely no intention of listening to anything I have to say, so long as I remained involved with Rachel.
Oh, wow.
She blocked me from messaging her before I could respond, which totally fair on Beth's part.
Yeah, honestly.
I mean, like, yeah, OP even said, like, some of the things that Rachel did were disgusting. Like, Beth is probably traumatized.
Yeah, because, I mean, we don't even know all that she did.
Nope.
We
just know that she bullied her.
Yeah, and if she is still to this day, like, calling her the C word and saying that she's ugly and stuff, and
Probably
Beth's
was
having this
bad.
reaction, yeah, it was probably very bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice of you to apologize.
Yeah.
That's, I think, the right thing to do, even if, you know, it wasn't, didn't have, like, you know, an accepting response, but I think that's okay. At least you did that.
At least she did it.
Yeah.
Obviously, this was a fairly disappointing turn of events, but Rachel wasn't surprised at all when I told her this. While I completely understand Beth's position, I should state that it was not my fault my friendship with her ended. When Rachel and her friends used to torment her, and then Rachel used to try to flirt with me often at the very same time, it took a toll on Beth's mental health. By the way, it's going to take a toll on your mental health if you don't listen to full episodes of stories just like this.
True.
Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio and search up OK Storytime. There is a little bit left to this story. Any final thoughts?
Get out of there.
Yeah.
Get out of there. Maybe demand them, like, to know what exactly happened. Like, what did you do? What was the worst of it? Why is, just for my own curiosity, why is Beth having this strong reaction? Like, I already am not very happy about what's happened.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I really want to know. Maybe you can say, like, even if it's not true, maybe you can say, like, you know, I will only consider, I mean, maybe this isn't the best, but an option is to say, like, I will only consider getting back together if you are honest to me about what you did to her. But then, like, don't actually have an intention of that, just to get that out of her.
I think it should. Well, I mean, even
but also
consider is fine.
Yeah.
You can say I'll consider it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you considered not doing it as well.
Yep. OP continues. She became very insecure and paranoid and started accusing me of secretly being friends with Rachel and secretly giving her info to use against Beth. This wasn't true at all, but she started accusing me more and more to the point that all we ever did was argue, and finally it got to the point that I decided to end our friendship due to the lack of trust, and how hurt I felt for my best friend to accuse me of betraying her like that. I didn't start going out with Rachel until quite a while after that. Well, it's a shame my attempt to apologize didn't work out. At the end of the day, I value my relationship with a woman I love more than reconnecting with a friend from years ago who is living her own life. What I'm focused on now is fixing our relationship so we can get back on track and work towards the life we've always dreamed of. Therapy will continue, but any other helpful hints to ease us along? Dang, I don't know, man, because I don't know how you would look at this person the same.
This will take a lot of thinking and a lot of reflecting on.
It sure will.
Good luck.